Hello and welcome to today's video. I'd like to thank Solbio for actually supporting this channel. And Solbio is a completely natural toilet fluid. It can be also used in the waste tank. It's environmentally friendly as it's made from completely natural ingredients. So if you'd like to know more about this product, there'll be more at the end of the current video, and there will be links below. Thank you. Hello and welcome to today's video. This motorhome is at the very top of the HYMER range. This is the i880. It's almost 9 meters in length, 899 centimeters. It's 235 centimeters in width. On a 5-ton basis, it will give 660 kilos of payload. And let's have a look inside, where it has 198 centimeters of clearance. So, what have we got here? As you heard, the door closes behind me, and so now it's got a double lock on it, but there's a triple lock as well, which isn't actually locked at the moment. You have to do that manually down there. We have got this really large sitting area, dining area, and with a bed above it. I'll show you how the bed comes down a little bit later. We've got here an enormous kitchen, and at the back we've got a German bed layout. Now this is the i880. There's an i890 with a queen bed for those that don't want to have this German layout, prefer a queen layout. Anyway, you can see that in a different video. Up here we've got little bits of kit, but let's have a quick look at what else there's here. So we've got single beds which can be joined, hence the kit which is up there, and they come in with mattresses, obviously, and this mattress is in 2 parts. The reason it's in 2 parts is because we've got storage down here like that. Alternatively, we can lift it up like that, and you can see the huge amount of space that you've got in that wardrobe. And on the other side there's a similar story, only there's less space down here. Here we have steps up to the bed, and so in here we've got some additional steps, and this comes up like that, and that is quite useful when you've got the bed made up in the German layout. But let's now just have a look at some of the stuff that we've got up here. These pieces of equipment. This is a base plate which will go down, which goes in here. This is a plate which is designed to stop you damaging the blinds at night by kicking it. So that will go in front of the window, which you think is most at risk of being kicked. And here we have this hinged board, and I'll leave you to sort of guess for the moment what that's going to be used for. And here we have a mattress which will go in here. So while you're thinking about the hinged board, let's just have a look at some of the other features. So storage all around, storage at the back, and at the back we've also got in this cubby hole here, we've got USB, so you can charge your phone up at night. I know you're not supposed to charge up these while you're sleeping, but anyway, people do it, everybody does it. And we've got switches below, light switches. There's also a 12-volt plug behind the cubby hole as well, which is not visible from here. So that gives you a bit of a look at this. Now, let's have a look at the bed when it's made up. This is what the bed looks like when it's completely made up. Now, first of all, what is this? Well, we saw it a bit earlier. That is how it is attached to the bed. That is supposed to possibly stop you falling out, or if you've got children in there or something like that. How do you get it out? Quite easy. Just lift this up like that, and then the whole thing can be removed. What is this? This is designed to stop you kicking the bed when you're sleeping in a widthwise direction. So as you see, not to touch the blinds with your feet or your head, but instead to have this to stop you potentially damaging the blinds when you're asleep or awake. I know, because I've damaged mine by kicking them in my sleep. At least that's, I think, what I did. I don't know, because I wasn't awake at the time. Now let's have a look at the whole size of the bed. It's absolutely enormous. Do you have to put this in? No, I've got one in my vehicle. I have never used it. This thing, however, I learned that I do need to put it in place. So in my vehicle, I've got this one in all the time. Obviously, I'm sleeping in a widthwise direction. It's there, it's behind me, but I never use it. It occurred to me that if this were up and I needed to use the toilet quickly during the night, it doesn't often happen, but just in case it did happen, well, perhaps it's better that it's not there, but that's me. When the bed is out like this, you have no access from the top. You have to open this from below like that if you need to get into the wardrobe. But of course you could leave it in this position all the time if you so wanted. It's that's the flexibility of this layout. And another benefit of this layout is that it gives you this enormous garage as well underneath. The queen bed in this series, the i880, also has a very large garage under it, but you may find in other vehicles, obviously not at this price level and not at this quality level, but they have a much smaller garage when there's a queen bed at the back. Here we've got this very large dressing area. Let's have a look at how it works. I can close this here. The clothes are off from the people up front, and here I can release this, and this will close along like that, and release this. That comes along like that, and now I'm in the dressing area. Comes with a sink, with storage below, as you'd expect. There's a tall shower with a place to hang your wet socks on. We've got the toilet here with heating and a blind, so if you want to see what's going on outside once you're in the toilet, you can open this up like that, and then you can get a good view outside. This has got the mosquito net on, just in case you've left the outer window open, and here we've got a bit of storage as well, with a sensible thing to hold things so they don't move around while the vehicle is in motion. There's also a skylight above as well, with mosquito net and blackout blind. Don't leave these things though closed during the day in summer, because this gets really hot under it, and if this is closed, hot air can't escape, and it could end up even warping the window. So I must make that one absolutely clear. It's really easy to open it anyway, so let's just turn it like that, and you push it open like that. Here we've got our wardrobe, another one, as well as the one under the bed, and more storage, potentially a wardrobe with drawers below. So there's plenty of space here. If anybody was full timing, this is really the sort of thing you'd want to do it in, possibly. I mean, if you don't mind the size, because obviously the size is the big problem with a vehicle like this. Anyway, so let's open this up. Close this and make it look neat. And now move to the front. This one comes with Truma Aventa air conditioning. So kitchen, stacks of space around here, and for those who are cooks, you can see that there really is a lot of preparation area. This sink is molded, it's deep, and it's got a large domestic style drainage. Here we've got another drainage and little sink. Quality, I forgot what they call them things now. Water. What do you get water out of? Whatever. Tap. That's the word. Tap. Hey, this is getting bad for me forgetting words. You know, mind you, I've got an excuse as I know several languages, so that's part of the problem. Things I forget the words in other languages as well. Down here we've got a rather large drawer with a rubbish bin. At least I think that's supposed to be a rubbish bin. I've been using it for that purpose. Maybe I've been using it for the wrong purpose. On the other side we've got Dometic fridge with a door that opens in both directions. Here we've got a freezer, so I'll demonstrate the both directions here as well. There you go. So the other side. Don't believe me? Okay, there you go. And here we've got a grill. It's not really an oven. It's not big enough to be an oven, but you know, for the grill, it works quite nicely. And for those who think there's too little storage in here, there's a bit more for you. Storage all around, like that. This thing contains the instruction book and other instructions for the devices inside. For those of you who would like something in a more complex, a less complex form, then I would advise you to have a look at our app, which is called Help to Camp. Currently, it's only available in German, but I'm working on it, so it will be soon available in English as well. So, and the app also contains advice on troubleshooting. More storage here. I'll open it up. This thing here is for the satellite television. Here we've got USBs and shore power. Now the shore power can be connected to the inverter as well, and so you can use your batteries. The battery can be extended quite some way, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. In fact, we'll have a look at that sort of thing right now. One thing, note that there is a flat floor all the way back. Now at the moment we've got this carpet down here. Obviously that's there to protect the vehicle, but from people with dodgy shoes like I've got on right now. But there is a double floor. The double floor on the SLC chassis from Alco, and this is where all the technical stuff has been hidden. So there you can see from the boiler leading to the heating, and we've got the fuses down there. A couple of other places down there. Here, I'll open this one up now. boiler. More fuses, that's the electro block. When you have an electrical problem, that's usually the first place that you actually come to look at. Need to do a separate video on that, I know. Storage. 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 How deep is it? About what? 20 centimeters, approximately. Water tanks. So if you need to get access to the fresh water from inside, you can do it there. I use my fresh water tank quite often. I actually fill it up from there. At the moment, I'm parked so tightly that if I wanted to do it from the outside, it would be rather difficult. So I just put the water in inside. Now, there's plenty of space here for additional battery use should you want. And obviously, like with every vehicle, the amount of solar which goes on the roof depends on the amount of stuff which you've got on your roof. You're only limited by space in any case. There's recently been some new sort of solar panels, small ones. Caravan salon, they showed 25-watt solar panels, but very small, allowing you to make more use of the space that's on the roof. To use the bed, we have to do a couple of things. First of all, we have to put the chairs down something like this, otherwise it won't go down. Then to release the bed, this comes up and then push down. Now the bed itself is a bit on the heavy side, but I think you'll get used to it after a while. You can see that you put the blinds down at the front, it'll be quite dark as well. So you probably would want to do that in the vehicle when it was being used at night. But it's a good sized bed, and access, you can stand on here and then get into bed like that. Don't stand on the table though, because they're not really designed for that. This is the driving position, and a look around. Now, when I first started driving the integrated, I thought it would be quite difficult for me, but I got used to it within a few kilometers. It was no problem whatsoever. But what you get with this is this wonderful, huge panoramic window. Admittedly, it does get a bit warm in the summer, so therefore the aircon may come in handy. But it's really great to drive. This vehicle here comes with a door on this side. Now I've changed my mind about doors here. Until I owned an integrated van, I was against them, but now I've got one. I think it's great, really handy when you come to a fuel station or something like that. Strange thing, what is, in my semi-integrated, I always had this door was actually locked permanently. From the inside. Of course, I could undo the bolt, so that wasn't such a if I had to, but I hardly ever did. And obviously, it's integrated. There's no door on this. Instead, we've got a sideboard, and in the sideboard, we'll find some storage. Anyway, let's have a look now outside. Note that the door comes with a window and blind. Obviously, it doesn't have a mosquito net here because the window doesn't open. It also has a bin in the door. This one comes with a mat, and a mirror so you can see yourself before going out onto the campsite. Just straighten your tyre. 3-point door lock. Close the door. There's your toilet cassette. Here we've got a rather large garage, which will take 350 kilos. Oops, sorry, it was open. We've got here the outdoor shower. We've got here shore power, 12 volt, and 12 volt. So if you've got electric bikes, this one here is actually prepared already for carrying bikes in here, so you could actually theoretically charge them up from the habitation battery in there. But lovely sized garage. For me, the garage is ultra important, but then again, you know, as I'm living in a vehicle, then that makes all the difference. Another feature it offers is the leveling support here from Goldschmidt, a company which is now owned by HYMER. My friend Mr. Goldschmidt, Dieter Goldschmidt, started the company off many years ago, and then he sold it to HYMER. So anyway, that comes with this leveling here as well. As well as the garage, we've got storage compartments down here built into the double floor, and they have offer through input for anything long you might be carrying. And there we have the gas cabinet, so access to your gas cylinders. Now for a vehicle like this, you're looking at around 200,000 euros. This one is just under. So it is a top of the range vehicle from a major manufacturer, a quality manufacturer. So this could be of interest. It is available. This one here is available right now. You can see it's got a television on the roof already, and as you saw in the video, it's got aircon as well, which you can see on the roof. So if you're interested, there will be a link below as to where it is and how to obtain it should you be interested. But for the moment, from me in Heilbronn, Germany, thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, and there's plenty more vehicles on this channel. You might also want to have a look at the queen bed version of this as well. But thanks for watching, and all the best from me. This is the first time ever that I have accepted any support for promoting a product on YouTube. Now I've been on YouTube now for 15 years, and I've been doing the van life stuff for a number of years as well. The reason I haven't accepted support in the past is because I felt it had to be something which I really agreed with, and a product I knew. So I had to feel 100% about recommending it to others. This is Solbio, and this is a toilet additive. Now, what's the point of a toilet additive? Well, when you use the toilet, then it goes into a cassette, and you have to dump the cassette somewhere. Now, if you just urinate into it, then there should be no problem. But if you put any solids into it, then it makes it a bit more difficult. Now, one thing you can do is if you have constant diarrhea, then you may not need a toilet additive, because you should be able to dump it without any problems. For those of you who don't suffer from this problem, then one thing you might want to consider doing, in fact, one thing you're going to have to consider doing, is using a toilet additive. Now, there's two types. There's the blue stuff, which is manufactured by a number of companies, and it works pretty well. No problems there whatsoever with the way it works. Oh, there's the green stuff, which is ecologically based. Now, up until now, the green stuff didn't work as well as the blue stuff. But I think with Solbio, we're now seeing a comparative working rate. It works just as well. So it's ecological. What it's got inside are natural soaps, it's got natural citric acid, it's got essential oils and plant extracts, and that breaks down whatever it is that you're throwing into the toilet, or releasing into the toilet, I should say. And when you come to a dump station, you can just tip up your cassette and it all flows in nicely. Now you may say, well, I have constant diarrhea, and so therefore I don't need something like that. Well, that may be the case, but one thing that this has got, it's got a rather pleasant fragrance to it as well. Now, I personally like the fragrance of the blue stuff, but I know I'm in a small minority on that one. One thing I noticed when I've been doing tests of really small vehicles, such as 5.5 meter ones above all, so as soon as you open the door, you have this fragrance, let's say, of the blue stuff sort of hits you. Now, with this one here, Solbio, it's got a more natural sort of smell. It's a bit like eucalyptus. I'm trying to find a good way of actually describing it, and the best thing I could think of, it's got these cough drops or these eucalyptus like sweets, and it's got this type of fragrance within the toilet anyway. And if you're in a small van, I bet it could fill up the small van. I haven't really noticed it sort of when I'm sitting here in this position, for example, but maybe I'm not using enough of it to actually notice. Next thing is it safe to use? Well, the thing with the blue stuff is there are good reasons to suggest that it may not be completely safe to use. I mean, it does break things down in a chemical manner. I mean, I'm not going to suggest it's dangerous or anything like that, but I don't think it is particularly good for the environment. If it comes into contact with plants or things of this nature, I mean, there's warnings that, I mean, if you get it in a fish tank or something like that, I don't know why you want to put it in a fish tank, but if you put it in a fish tank, then the fish will die. So this, as it comes from natural things, you assume that it's okay. Now the blue stuff as well, I've noticed I always get it on my hands. And not only that, I mean, obviously I sort of miss the toilet as well. Sorry, I get it into the toilet bowl. I don't miss the toilet, I miss the sort of the hole where you open up for the toilet. And it sort of stains, and it takes a few flushes for it to actually go down. I don't know if that's bad or not, but it's with this stuff, it's almost translucent. Not quite, but almost. As is when you dump it out, which seems a bit odd the first time. You think, hang on just a minute, I'm sure I didn't just urinate in there. But that's the way it is. The manufacturers say it doesn't cause skin irritation. I have never experienced skin irritation from the blue stuff, but I have heard of people having this problem. And let's have another look at it, because here it comes in two. One's for marine use and the other's for motorhome use. Now it could be that mariners use the toilet or they eat something a bit more dodgy, or I don't know, but it's different. This contains 40 doses, and it's dosed via this thing down here, this little tap. Now I know there are people who are suspect of these taps. Now I previously worked in the packaging industry. And indeed, I used to give talks, being an expert. I don't think I was much of an expert, but I do know a little bit about it. This technology is perfectly safe, I think, to use. It's not, I mean, it's often used in bag-in-the-box applications, and so you get wine or something. The wine's in a box, and it got this tap that sticks out, and you use it. In the company I used to work, where we produced blueberry juice, we used this technology, and I've never known the taps to go wrong in my direct experience. But when they first came out, I agree there was problems with them. I've heard of people saying they put something in the fridge, or they you know, in the van, and something hit here. In theory, you're supposed to knock both ends down at this. Oh, sorry, pull them both up and press down at the same time to get it to work. So I mean, I do accept that these things can go wrong. Just as, I mean, if you don't close a bottle properly, everything will go out. But I make that part. Other than that, the bag may seem a little unsturdy because of the way it is. But I can tell it's made from recycled. It's green plastic. It's I think it's quite safe. So there's some observations on this, and as far as I'm concerned, I really do think it is a good solution for you. Now, it costs roughly the same as the blue stuff. There isn't much difference. Now, I do appreciate that if there was a price difference, that might be a problem. Although, I think if you're into motorhomes, then you probably like living in harmony with nature, which is what I'm in it for, really. I think it's the call of nature, this contact with nature and all the rest of it. So I think that protecting nature is something that I would want to do. Whether or not I'm prepared to pay a premium, yes, maybe I'm prepared to pay a little bit of a premium for it, but in all honesty, between this one and the blue stuff, there's hardly any difference. Right, so if you find that of interest, there will be a link below. It's not an affiliate link, it just tells you where to get the stuff from. I'm not on any affiliate programs at all, deliberately, so nobody can accuse me of trying to promote something to get the affiliate link. But I do absolutely believe in this product. So, thanks very much for watching. I am currently at a place called Alexa Camping, or Camping Alexa, in northern Poland, and you may have heard some of the noises on the outside from the campsite, but I shall tell you more about that in another video. So, there you go. This is about Solbio. Thanks for watching.